Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. I've not been on here for a while because I wasn't even working on my paper. I'd worked on it last weekend and I got to where I wanted it, but then I realized that I was not following the formatting. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. So the way that I have my first um, sentence opening up, I think it says here, um, the opening sentence of the essay identifies a topic to let readers know immediately what the focus will be. And I have a big quote in the beginning, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Anyway, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, that you got to spend time with family and your loved ones. May not be family, but our family. My husband and I volunteered yesterday, so we were serving our community, and it was a really great event. This amazing woman, mom, set up the whole thing in 3 weeks' time. And we had 242 people come through. It was amazing. And the food was delicious. She had two chefs helping cook, and she helped. They cooked 32 turkeys and they had all the dressings. We were actually helping out at the dessert table, which was really great. Almost everybody that came through there was smiling, and that was amazing because a lot of them, well, most of them, but I think there were some families that came through that were not homeless, but most of them were homeless. Um, some of them, you could tell they were actually under the influence, so they were actively uh, dealing with their drug addiction. And there was only a couple that, when we greeted them and said Happy Thanksgiving, that they didn't say anything back. But I'll tell you what, if you've ever been alone on Thanksgiving, that alone, being to be able to be around other people and not be overcome by the depression that usually happens for a lot of people during the holidays, is a good thing. And I think that was something, if anything, not just feeding them, but getting them out of that mindset and being around people who were happy to see them, and everybody was smiling. All the volunteers were smiling. We were greeting people. There was some people that came through that, there was always something to say to them. You know, I tried to make people feel that they were noticed, they were recognized. Um, I'm the type of person who likes to give compliments anyway. But there was some beautiful young ladies coming through, and I was like, "Oh, you're so pretty," and um, it made them smile. So that's the best part of all of that, is making somebody smile. So anyway, we're gonna get back to the paper. Let me share my screen. Let's see, where on earth is that? Here we go. Ta-da, here we go. So this is the template that I have. I believe the last time I posted it was part 23. So this is part 24. Sorry, guys, trying to get comfortable. So if you've never been on my channel, I am back to college after 26 years of not being in college. I'm a nurse manager, and it has been a challenge for me trying to find time. I don't have time at all during the week. I did that once and then screwed up a paper doing that. So I mostly work on it on the weekends. I am off on Fridays. So I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get this done. Some of the assignments are due on Sunday, some of them are due on Thursday. Those are the ones that are challenging. So I try to work ahead. I did not want to go back to school. This is something that was uh, told to me if I wanted to keep my job. But I'm grateful because they're paying for it. So that's not bad. But I'm not going to do it as quickly as some of my coworkers are doing it. They're doing 2 classes. There's no way I could do that. I was in special ed to the 7th grade. and I have dyslexia and attention deficit disorder. I have a hard time reading stuff and concentrating. I am on medication finally after I'm 58 years old. Finally got on, what is it? Adderall. It's the lowest dose. It's like 20 milligrams extended release, and it has helped me to focus. So thank God for that. I was going to ask for accommodations, and I actually have my nurse practitioner fill out the form for extra time, but I don't think she's ever filled it out yet. And I was like, it's fine. I'm doing okay. So, um, let's look at this. So this is the paper we have here. And this is what the whole purpose of this is trying to guide you in how they want it formatted. So in here, it says the opening sentence of the essay, identifies a topic to the readers to let readers know immediately what the focus will be. I'm going to pull mine up. Let me see if I can find it. I don't have it on my desktop, so I've got to try to find it within here. I introduced it with a topic, so this is going to be kind of challenging. I don't know how I'm going to do this. All right, pull mine over. This is me. So I started with my my hook. So I said, imagine if working 6 days a week was your reality. How would you be able to balance the responsibilities at home, especially if you had young children in school? That's a reality for most people. That was a reality for most people until 1926, when Henry Ford revolutionized workplace scheduling with the 5-day, 40-hour work week. Yet, a century later, 79% of employees reported difficulties with work-life balance, causing many to leave their jobs in droves. And here's where I put, in response to a global pilot program, pilot programs, in response, global pilot programs began to say that 3 times fast and reintroduce the idea of a 4-day work week. So I've got to somehow, I wish I could leave it the way it is, but it doesn't seem like that's how I'm supposed to do it. I got to look at the rubric. I want to leave it, honestly. I think it reads well the way it is, but it's not in the first sentence. Anyway, I'm not going to have you guys hang around for that because it's going to be tedious. I did want to look on my page. I'm going to log in here and try to look at the rubric again and see if it necessarily has to be that way, because I really don't want to change it. Sorry, I'm eating a cookie. My poor husband cooked for me, and I just was not feeling it. He made me scrambled eggs with cheese and sausage, but it wasn't the kind I like. And I'm so picky about food. I got 23 days remaining in this class. I can't believe we're almost done. So my next one is going to be, and I still have, oh my God, I keep forgetting, ethics in global society. Da, da, da. Should be interesting. I do have to get my book for the next class. I also have to do the, what is it called? FAFSA form, FAFSA? I think that's it for this upcoming year. I don't even know where my taxes are, so that should be interesting. Okay, so I have an A, guys. And I know I said I messed up on a paper. I thought I wouldn't have gave myself an A if I was the teacher, to be honest with you, because I didn't answer one of the questions fully. I'm a little hard on myself, but that's how it is. I don't know if I read everything. Let's look at the grade details real quick, because I'm not sure what she's graded. I know I had one outstanding. So that was the discussion. That was a research question, journal, the free writing exercise. Yeah, she hasn't graded this one. This was a discussion. Okay, so Just want to see where I was at on that. Um, anyway, so I'm going to go to the learning modules. And in there, it should be, this is going to be number 5 that we're working on. Essay draft guidelines and rubric. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. So compose a thesis statement. Support key points. And I want to read about this example. Let's see what she says here. You may want to use this as a guide. Oh, you may want to. Oh, so maybe I don't have to. This is interesting. Okay, well, that's kind of good because I really do like my paper the way it is. I think it reads well and it draws interest to the article. So it's supposed to be a 2 to 3 page document, but at this point, I have 6 pages. Oops. Well, I tend to be long-winded. I really do, but I feel like the information in here is really necessary. So one of the things that I got back as feedback was that, well, let me show it to you. Might as well just show it to you. This lady gave me really good feedback. And see, that's the thing that's difficult about these discussions. People are afraid to give advice, but really, I mean, it's been very helpful. Twice so far when I've gotten advice or feedback from other students, it's been very helpful. So this next one was the 4-2. Here we go. So we go to click on that. And then gonna find me in here. There I am. Is mine? Yep. Oh, I got one on red. Let's see what it says. So here was my post. I do need to pull that up to kind of focus. All right, so conclusion. Oh, wait a minute. Did nobody ever, someone did reply. Oh, I gotta click on it. I always forget to do this. I think this is, wait, hold on. I'm pretty sure she gave me feedback on here. Why can't I find it? That's really weird. I don't know why I can't find it. That's so strange. Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to just tell you what she had said. It's easier. So she had said that my thesis was good and all that stuff, but that, I kept talking about the problem, but then I was not talking about the solution. And so that I wasn't going to do the solution. I was just going to show what they needed to fix, which, yeah, it's kind of incomplete. So I took her advice. And in my paper, let's see, I went on after I did my main little quotes and stuff and showing what the problems were. Here we go. This is it. To address these challenges, practical solutions must be aligned with the issues identified early in this paper. And then I started into it. One area of focus is improving operating room scheduling and block time or utilization. So I start going into each problem and discuss how we can fix it. So I think that was a good way to wrap things up. Because really the purpose of this research is to get some answers for my facility in particular, because we have been working a 4-day work week, and initially it was great. I thought it was fantastic. It's become a lot more challenging lately because now, they're filling the block time. Before we didn't have full block time utilization, but now that we're a corporation, because we transitioned to a corporation from just a small hospital, they're putting expectations and demands on the physicians to fill that block time. is causing what I call bottlenecking. So we still have a couple of physicians who come in late, not super late, but really any bit of time really throws everything off. So it starts like that. And then if a case goes over, or say they have a surgeon that is slower at doing the procedures, then that next doctor is already running behind because of that one. So there's those kind of issues. There's a bunch of things um, that I wanted to really dig into. And I think when I'm done with this paper, I will have to actually, if I do utilize it at one point, I will have to provide some actual data from our own medical records. I don't know how to even draw that. I'm not good at that kind of thing. Is there a class for that? Maybe it's statistics. I really do need to learn how to do that because there's a lot of things that you can improve upon, like in the healthcare industry, if you have that data, if you evaluate things. We're actually at that point right now with how our workflow goes in one of the areas we work, and it's supposed to be submitted to like a process improvement committee. They're going to look at that and see what would be the best way to work around our issues. And I was able to pull some data to show where the problem is. I don't have an answer except for what I think Joint Commission says on the situation. I believe Joint Commission says. I actually need to look that up too for specifics, but I'm probably boring you with all this. But statistics is another very important class, which I heard is difficult. I am not a math person. Oh my God, I am not a math person. So I'm praying. Please pray for me that I'm able to get through those kind of courses that are not how my brain works. But because I do need this information, maybe it'll be interesting to me. I think it's important that you, in whatever class you're involved in, that you find a topic, a subject, something that interests you, because it'll make you work hard at it because you're interested in it. Now, if it's something you absolutely hate, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a real struggle. So, and it's been a struggle for all of us going back to school, but I can tell you that we're starting to understand how this works. We're not as fearful. We're doing okay. So I'm encouraged. So I want to encourage whoever's getting ready to start school, don't freak out like I did. I remember I had a conversation with this is when I first tried to sign up, literally a year ago. I I tried navigating the website and I could not. I could not for the life of me. I have a hard time navigating stuff sometimes. And I freaked out and I was crying on the phone with this student counselor. Poor lady. It must have sounded like a nut job. I am a nut job, I think, some days. I am very highly emotional sometimes. And when I start freaking out, it's bad. It's ugly. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I literally was crying. But look, I'm here. I'm almost done with the class. It's possible. So do it when, you may have to build up the courage to do this like I did and get past your fears. Um, it's not the end of the world and you'll be better for it in the end. I am excited that if I can do this, I'm doing it now, but you just always think that way. Um, what a great ending that'll be to have a bachelor's degree after 26 years of nursing. I had 5 kids when I went, 5 small kids, and then I had another one after I graduated. There was no way I was going back to school after that. It was so hard. Plus, I was running my husband's restaurant, so couldn't do all that. But maybe I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. I think I'm enjoying it now. I'm actually learning. I wanted to take it slow because I felt like the first time it was such a rush for me to get this done. I feel like I cheated myself out of an education and I do enjoy learning. I want to learn. I want to use my brain, like, and not just getting mad all the time. have to laugh at myself because everything pisses me off. I don't know why. I get so mad all the time. I think it's probably mostly anxiety. It comes across as anger, but it's really probably anxiety. I take things very seriously. I'm very much type A personality. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you here because I got work to do. Let me get over here. Stop sharing. Sorry, I'm chewing. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Go work on your papers. Bye, everybody.